Aloha, everyone. It's Lady, your friendly neighborhood Hesher, and welcome to the Hesh Files, a place where I interview musicians about all of the strange and unusual things that they see out on the road. So strap on your best high tops, ease the seat back, and get ready to be a metaphorical fly on the wall because we're going heshing. Aloha, everyone. Welcome back to the Hesh Files. It's me, Slavey, and today I've actually got a most special guest for us. This cat and I grew up together in Northern California in the late 90s and early aughts. I've got Steven Sessler from Elysia. Welcome to the Hesh Files, old friend.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you've been doing and up to the last little while?
Shoot, after high school is when I ended up joining Elysia. It was like the last year of the band.
Yeah.
I'm not being the original drummer.
Well, I
And
mean, to
then
be fair, that band did have like a million members in it at one point in time.
it was just a rotating door of basically hired guns.
Yeah,
Zach being the only original member that has sustained the band's existence, basically.
yeah.
But basically, yeah. So after high school, I ended up joining that band. It was probably what, 2 years after high school? Yeah. No, the year after, 2007. I tried to go to college. I wasn't working. That band ended up, kind of just fizzling out. And then I
Hmm.
was playing music, a lot of house shows, living in a punk house that did house shows,
Rad.
different bands. And then eventually in 2012, I moved to San Francisco, and I've been here on and off since then.
Okay. Well,
And yeah, just kind of realized I didn't really know what I was doing for a long time. And then in 2000, I had moved on and off. I was in New York as you
hmm
thought I was. I was
yeah,
2016. Moved back here, and basically just throughout my like 20s, I was kind of just figuring out what I'm doing and like how to make art and like be happy.
right, right.
And then in 2000, the end of 2017, I was living in SF, and I was like, man, I need to start over. And I actually moved back to Sacramento
Oh,
for
wow.
years.
Okay.
I was there 2018, 2019, and then summer 2019 is when I started tattooing, and that
Oh,
like
okay.
totally changed everything.
I'm actually kind of surprised that you hadn't started that much sooner.
I am too. Like that's the whole thing. That's why it was like this very expedited, like, oh, all right, getting because I've been drawing my whole life
Yeah,
since I was 4 years old.
yeah. You were always just an incredible artist and illustrator that,
It just didn't click. Like the medium hadn't arrived for me
okay.
yet.
Yeah.
So, playing music obviously was a huge part of my like 20s. And then as I got into my early 30s, I started getting back into visual art,
Okay.
kind of where it's led me. And now I'm back in San Francisco, got a little tattoo studio down in the Mission, a little private studio. And yeah, trying to work on some music projects as well. So we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah. Well, real quick, what's the tattoo studio that you got there so we can just let people know that they should hit you up for some work?
So it's the studio is a private studio. It's just through my Instagram basically.
Okay.
Basically, I have like my email on my Instagram, or just anyone who's interested can just always hit me up via Instagram. That's just like the main channel that I've been using, which is Sess World. That's SESS_world.
Okay. Yeah, we'll tag that in the show notes and everything like that.
That's like my whole thing.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed lately, actually, mostly doing this podcast, that it seems like Instagram is really kind of the go-to place to link up with people, like to actually get in contact. It doesn't seem like anybody's like using really Facebook for much or anything, or I mean, I don't even know
Yeah.
what other things are out there, but it seems like Instagram is still really active.
Yeah, I need to get a TikTok just to kind of branch out just to, keep my art expanding into different like social media
Yeah.
avenues. I've never had a TikTok. I haven't had Facebook in probably since 2017.
Yeah, same,
So yeah,
same.
it's been all Instagram, word of mouth through the kind of contemporary DIY private studio tattoo community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the private tattoo
It's really
studio
interesting.
community.
It's all very heavily based on Instagram handles. Like, oh, I know that tattooer through their Instagram handle. Like, I've
Okay.
seen it on Instagram. It's really all the storefront is Instagram.
Okay. Okay.
And
That
you
makes sense.
basically like, yeah, and then you kind of just have to hustle pushing your art out in that way, which is honestly fine. It's worked out really well for me somehow.
Well, you've got good art.
Thank you. Thank you. I've definitely hustled, so it's a labor of love for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man.
Well, let's go back in time here, back to
Yeah.
2007, because I did want to ask you about some of that Elysia touring,
Yeah.
mostly because I once remember, and I could be totally fucking wrong here, but I feel like I remember you said that you guys put damn near 80,000 miles on the van in 1 year.
Yeah. 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 It was like I mean, based on the odometer, because I remember that van had like 50,000 miles on it, and we definitely were pushing like 130 by the time the because we did so many tours. We probably drove back and forth across the states like 15 times.
That's insane.
That's not to, every little amount that you're driving is just so much.
Yeah.
Like it's a very extensive amount of driving. And I'm
Y-
I'm fairly certain that we definitely broke 100,000 miles. And from my memory of it, it was like at around that number, like 100%.
That's yeah, that's insane. I actually did some light math on that too, and that's an average of 219 miles a fucking day. I mean, granted, I'm sure you guys didn't drive that much every day, but
I mean, but there were
that's
days where we drove 12 hours,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is 400 plus 500 miles, right?
yeah.
And so we did it. We toured the majority of like a year and a half, a year, and it was it was a lot. And that's kind of why I never ended up moving out of my parents' house until after the band ended, because I just never had money really to like be paying for a room somewhere. And
Yeah, I mean, especially if you weren't going to be there, it made no sense to
yeah,
pay for a spot that you're just going to have to sublet anyways.
yeah. So that was like very foreign to me at the time. I was like, oh, moving out on my own is like literally impossible
Yeah.
because I was, 19 on the road all the time.
Hmm.
And, and then shortly after I turned 20 is when the band finally, we just kind of stopped. It
Yeah.
wasn't really this, it was very anticlimactic. But there's always things.
Yeah.
There's always the future.
Well, so putting that many miles on the van and driving that far or that much around the US in about a year, year and a half,
Mhm.
I feel like a safer question would be where didn't you go on that tour? Like, where are you surprised that you didn't end up on that tour?
We never played the Pacific Northwest.
Really?
That entire time of the multiple tours we did, that band never played Portland or Seattle.
Wow.
Dude, it's so strange to me.
Those are two huge markets. I mean,
No idea. It was just kind of like whatever the tour was doing. It was a lot of the Southwest, like obviously Southern California, Texas, Florida, and then like the East Coast a bit. Like those were the heavier spots for that scene, I want to say.
interesting.
And for whatever reason, I just know distinctly that we never played. I never ended up going to Portland until probably 20 like 10 or something on like totally unrelated traveling.
Damn.
Yeah. So I've still never been to Montana. I think that's might be the only state I've never been to in the continental United States. Because we did play like one of the Dakotas. We played
Okay.
yeah, very strange.
Yeah, that's still just kind of blowing my mind that you guys never made it to the Pacific Northwest. Because I did an episode recently with Skylar from He Is Legend, and he was
Mm,
saying that I think he said something that they hadn't been to the Pacific Northwest in 10, 15 years or something
mhm.
also. And I don't know, it's just kind of making me wonder, like, what is it about that area that heavier bands just don't go to?
I mean, I feel like it was just that specific scene, and I don't really have an answer. Like, I was always wondering, like, why we never ended up there. But we had a touring agent, we had management, and we just kind of had a tour, and then we okayed it, and then that was it. And then we are like, okay, this is our itinerary. Like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy to think about, like, dude, we were printing out MapQuest directions, dog. Like,
Right?
it's so crazy. Like,
Yeah,
and then we like finally had like a fucking Garmin GPS, like at some point.
fucking Garmin.
It's
Even
so
those things weren't that great. I mean, because they didn't
no.
have much service. I mean, it kind of did, but you would get to a spot with a Garmin and you're fucked.
Yeah. So yeah, it's still so funny getting around the States with T-Mobile Sidekick and Google Maps, dude. Or MapQuest, not even Google Maps, MapQuest.
Yeah, I read something or saw something the other day. It was like a meme or something, and it was like somebody driving in the car with printed out MapQuest, and it was somebody commenting like, "Wait, y'all really printed out directions and drove around like fucking pirates?"
Facts, dude.
Yeah.
Fact. 100%. Yeah.
I mean, kids these days just don't they'll just never know what that was like when you would have to
Yeah.
physically print out directions to go somewhere and have to look them up while you're driving to not miss a street.
Yeah, straight up, straight up. It's so funny to think about, but we made it. We got to where we needed to go, and shit, I can't believe it.
I mean, did you guys ever have any times where the map quest failed you?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure we got lost a few times, but I think one of the
Nothing too significant.
I think one of the worst is like I remember we played in like I think it was somewhere in like Ohio or something, and someone was like, "Oh, like you guys should come to this house party for a minute or something. Like it's totally on the way." And like we just like didn't check, and it was 2 hours like the opposite direction.
Damn.
Or it like put us out of the way like by that amount of time. And it's just like back in the day, dude, like the amount is still like touring. I haven't done it in a while, but those were like big, like once you're pushing like, oh, this is gonna take an extra hour, 2 hours, you're like, dude, this is a big deal. So
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
yeah. So yeah.
I remember one tour that I was on. I mean, speaking of the backtracking kind of
Mm,
thing, we were driving and we were going through Arizona and we kept seeing, the signs for the Grand Canyon and stuff.
mm.
So we're like, all right, cool. We'll get there. We're following the signs or whatever. Next thing you know, we're another state away and we never saw the Grand fucking Canyon. And it was just like, how did we miss the Grand Canyon? And we realized that we had like missed one turn off and to go back, it would have been just hours and
Yeah.
hours of time where like, if you miss one junction,
Yeah.
you're not going back.
And you don't have a fucking Google Maps being like next left. Like
Yeah. Yeah. You just have to guess.
you just have to go, oh, guess we're not going there.
Guess
Yeah,
we're
man.
missing that one.
Yeah, I like I said though, I wish we'd gone to the Pacific Northwest back in the day, but we went freaking everywhere else. So
What place stands out as your favorite from those travels? Like, what was like, is there one city or something that was just the best for you guys? Or just a venue you liked?
we always had a really good time. I forget the name of the venue, and I could go, dig around and forever, but there was this venue in Texas, and it was a big venue. We played there a few times. It was in like a big strip mall.
Okay.
It was Dallas. I wish I could remember. It's funny. I actually have the laminates for all those tours.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, definitely have to send me some pictures of those.
Yeah, no, I will. I could actually grab them. They're in my little thing. You want to see them? But I could look on there. Forget the name of the venue, but the shows are always good. And there was this woman who literally brought like tons of barbecue and just like beers, like hella Lone Stars, and like
That sounds like Texas.
barbecued for like all the bands like in the back of the venue.
Hell yeah.
And then we like stayed at her house, and it was just this huge like, Texas house with like a kegerator and stuff. And
Awesome.
I think like a lot of that stands out to me, just being like really well taken care of in random cities. And because you're just kind of that's what you're looking for,
Yeah.
All the other stuff like partying too much, it's like I don't really remember
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're not going to remember a lot of the
anymore.
partying. Yeah. Yeah. But the hospitality does go a long way.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any like real obligation or reason to do any of that for you.
Mm,
They just do because they're just good humans. And I think that's one of the cool things about music is like you really
Yeah.
do meet a lot of just some of the best humans, whether they're in another band or it's just some
Yeah.
lady in Texas.
Yeah, yeah. And then I think another one that was really funny, there was this I think we played in Detroit and someone brought they called it $100 blunt. It was literally like a freaking like Cuban cigar blunt.
Damn.
We like smoked it in this in like the venue and it like smoked out like the whole stage. So that was like, I'm not even like a big stoner anymore, but I remember that being just so comical. It was like a cartoon.
Yeah.
So just things like that. I don't know, but I would say the South in regards to just being treated well was really fun. Like Texas, honestly, we had a lot of good shows in Texas.
Yeah. I mean, I remember too from touring through the southern United States that southern hospitality really does exist. I mean, it does go
True.
a long way.
Facts. Big facts. It's very real. Yeah, which is really it does go a long way.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I'm just thinking about other people, that, houses that I stayed where the same thing like you, they just had massive amounts of food for us and
Mhm.
just like, hey, sleep, rest, shower. That's perfect.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of that in the South. And those are the things that I remember because when I want to hang out in a city, I want to just be able to chill and just have everything just kind of ready and you can relax. You don't have to think about anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were definitely some memorable spots as far as what really has stuck with me over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that I'm just thinking back to it, you should definitely go grab those laminates.
You want me to?
Yeah, yeah. I want to. You
Yeah.
gotta show these up. Let's
It'll
see who else was on some of these tours.
it'll take 2 seconds. It's literally like just in this little cupboard over here. Ugh.
Nice.
I never get rid of these things, you know?
Oh
You never
no,
know when you're gonna need them.
like right now.
Um, so let's see, the order of trying to think of the first tour. And this may not be all of them, but I believe it is. I don't think I lost a single one of these.
Okay.
Um,
And yeah, just for everybody listening, I'm gonna post pictures of these too, so you guys can see them. But
yeah, yeah, yeah. So this wasn't our first tour. Let me find it. The first tour we did, as far as what I can remember, was I wish it had dates. 2007. It doesn't have the year, which is so funny. But this one is the Captain America is Dead tour.
I mean, that's just a great name for a tour,
Yeah.
given the current climate of the superhero shit.
Yeah. So this is 2007. A lot of these are 2007. I don't know if that does that is that in focus for you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's great. So we got
Cool.
Elysia, we got Knights of the Abyss, we got Arsonist, Get All the Girls, and With Blood Comes Cleansing. That was a metal tour.
Yeah. And then let's see. And look at this dude. I was like, this is just like so extreme. Like those are the days.
Oh my God.
It was a month and a half, I think. Like it was so insane.
That's non-stop.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. Like, and that's how a lot of these tours were, back in the day. And then I think this was the second one. So funny, dude. Like, so this is the second one.
What does that say? Welcome. When it comes to pit beef, you're
We're vegetarian.
vegetarian. Okay, that's Stick to Your Guns, Elysia, and Catherine. Oh, fuck. Catherine. Man, I remember those guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I used to jam with Robbie for a little bit. He helped one of my bands work on some songs.
Oh man. I believe did Robbie pass away?
He did a few years
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard about that. No, it's too
Yeah.
bad. But I do remember those were
Rest in peace, Robbie. Rest in peace.
that's in peace, man. Yeah. I mean, that's life, baby.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people come and go.
Yeah. That's
Like,
definitely true. That's definitely
mm.
true.
But that was a really fun tour. This I think was a pretty this was a this was a fun one. It's the same thing on both sides, but
Oh wow. With the Warriors, Straight from the Path, and the Ghost Inside. Nice.
yeah, that was a really fun tour. It was pretty quick. We ended up doing one-off shows with Warriors a lot.
Okay.
They became pretty good buddies. Straight from the Path was awesome.
Yeah.
And that was early on. I think they kept going, got pretty big, I
Yeah,
think.
they got real big there for a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing right now, but yeah, for a minute there, I couldn't go anywhere without hearing or seeing their name.
Yeah. That no man, that was really fun. Like I said, this is not in order, but this is all between summer 2007 and summer 2008. The months are kind of staggered, but this was a ridiculous all Ferret Records lineup that we did, like a whole tour package.
Damn.
It was See You Next Tuesday, obviously Nights of the Abyss.
Yeah. A girl, a
Uh,
gun, a ghost.
yeah.
Damn.
I don't know if they were all on that tour the whole time. Oh yeah, and the Banner. That was when we toured with those guys. Those guys was a cool band. Like New Jersey hardcore band that
I don't know if I know them.
they were really cool. They were really fun. This was a really strange lineup. I don't know how we ended up on this because it's funny, like Elysia had that thing where it was deathcore, so it was like hardcore and metal, and it was a very like sometimes we would do the most off the wall type tours. This is the most ridiculous lineup I think we were ever part of
Fuck yeah.
because this was like Bridge Nine, like hardcore bands, and then like us, like pseudo scene, like metal hardcore.
Yeah. So for this, I mean, since you guys can't see this, this one is This Is Hell, Elysia, Ruiner, and Soldiers. And I mean, that's awesome for a lot of reasons because actually I just did an interview with Rick from This Is Hell and Soldiers.
Mhm.
And damn, okay, so what do you remember from that tour?
I mean, I just remember, it was a little bit of an odd lineup, but if this was a tour nowadays, it would be like all good
Mhm.
because so many genres have now blended in their tour packages.
Yeah.
And no one gives a fuck. Like back then, dude, like there was like weird, like if you were, it was still sceney. It was still really high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, you're not real hardcore if you're not like on like Bridge Nine or like what other Triple B or something,
Hmm.
these like hardcore labels. And playing with these like bands like Ruiner, especially, who are just
Yeah.
polar opposite of the that music spectrum from us, but they're so good and we're so cool, and it's so funny to have seen what other members from that world have now gone to do.
Hmm.
Like Danny from Ruiner, he played guitar. He ended up moving to Portland and starting a band called At the Heart of the World, I think, with this dude Josh, who was in this band called Elitist from Portland, who were like a heavy.
Okay.
And so it's just interesting seeing like people just totally exiting and doing, as most of us do,
Hmm.
doing your own thing down the line and like, but you're still doing music. You're still part of these like this checkered past that we've all lived.
Yeah. It stays with you.
Yeah.
It's a part of you and it won't ever leave. And yeah, I mean, some things along the road might change, but
Yeah.
it's just life.
Yeah. And it's interesting. The only other ones I have, I know there was more, and I'm bummed, but I could be wrong. There were like little ones that we didn't have lay minutes for, little like couple weeks or whatever. This was a really cool. It's just the same thing on both of these, but it's Saints and Sinners Fest.
Oh, rad. Okay.
That, if you look up the lineup, that was a fucking insane, insane festival. That was Saints and Sinners Fest. This is November 4th, 3rd and 4th, 2007.
Okay.
That was very, very, that's when we finally, because everyone, there was like, dude, it was like Suicide Silence, Animosity, Agnostic Front, Number
Damn.
12 Looks Like You. Like, it was a huge metal fest, metal hardcore fest. But that was the last time I saw, I think that was the last time I saw Suicide Silence, like live, was
Damn.
all the way back then.
Yeah.
And now it's funny because Eddie from Also Perish is their new vocalist, and we run into him sometimes down at the bar down here. It's interesting to see just like different, just where people have gone and people who've passed away and
Yeah.
new bands still go on and blah blah blah. It's just wild, man. I mean, it's been 16 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a lot happens.
A lot does happen in 16 years.
Yeah, but I'll make sure to take photos of these. I'll scan the or I'll just take a photo of the front and the back.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Uh,
that'd be cool.
yeah, of course, absolutely.
I'm still just loving the name of that one tour, the Captain America is Dead tour.
Captain America's Dad. It was the first national tour I had ever been on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Very I mean, this is the most like destroyed laminate like that I have. And yeah, I'm really glad that I held on to these, man. It's so nuts. So yeah.
What else have you hung on to from over the years?
Um, Honestly, not much. Just little trinkets, like little, a lot of the merch that I had collected over the years I've sold,
Yeah.
posters, just a lot of like and records maybe that I bought. I've like bought and then sold off like multiple like record collections that I've had. I'm not a huge collector of records. I have like a probably a 2 foot wide like shelf of records, and that's pretty much it.
I could never even dream of getting rid of my records.
It's something that I've regretted multiple times, but I've just done it here and there and been like, I would rather have just like a tried and true like collection of just hitters that I like
Yeah.
because they take up a lot of room.
Oh God, yeah.
And I just don't. I live very minimally these days. Things are if I can't hang on to it, I have to get rid of it. So it's kind of where my whole life has gone.
I get it. No, I totally get it. I mean, like me though, yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with collecting records and buying records, and
Hey, I get it.
that's my thing, you know?
I totally understand. Yeah, absolutely. I totally get it. But yeah, so other than that, like, there's some videos, um there's recent interviews with Zach that he's done
Okay.
on YouTube that you can find that have a lot more, footage and as like an auxiliary just content for what we're doing here. You can get a lot.
Yeah.
It'll kind of
Yeah, I'll definitely have to link some of those
yeah,
on this too. Yeah. Get more context. I should actually, maybe I should just hit up him at one of these days too.
absolutely. Totally. No, he's a sweetheart. I mean, we all live in SF and he just had a kid in October and
Oh, congrats.
we're just like doing the SF life thing, which is, it's a chill city. If you can live here and things are cozy and, you know, you like being in a city like this, it's like
Yeah.
it's a peaceful place. So,
Yeah, that's rad. One of my favorite venues ever is actually in San Francisco. It's the Parkside.
oh yeah, classic.
Yeah, love that place. Love that
Yeah,
place.
they're still cracking.
Good.
Yeah, I go there. It's nice too because during the day they're open for you can go get like the kitchen is open and they have a
Okay.
little coffee kiosk. So you can go there at like 2, they're open just as like a bar and you can go get lunch and
Oh, rad.
drink. So it's really nice that it's still functions as like a normal pass through, patron bar.
Yeah, I had no idea because I mean I've only gone out there at nighttime for a
Yeah.
show, and
Mhm.
never would have, even waking up in San Francisco like the next day after a show, I never would have thought to go back there. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't know if they, maybe that had changed more recently, but it's a great spot. I still go there to this day.
hell yeah. Well, what was the last show you went to? Doesn't have to be at the Parkside, but was just the last show you went to.
Let me think. Last show I went to, oh man, I haven't been going to many shows. It's very selective that I'm like, I'm gonna go to the show.
Well, it's expensive as shit these days.
That's true. But the last show I actually went to was at the Knockout.
Okay.
And it was actually this is my buddy John. He actually played bass in Elysia.
Okay. Okay.
He has this project called X Air. I just happened to be wearing the shirt. I went to his show like 2 weeks ago at the Knockout. And that was fun. He does like more EBM. It's like it's kind of synth punk, like techno, like EBM, like
Cool.
yeah, it's very, very electronic, like hard electronic based.
Rad.
But there's a performative aspect because he's the vocalist and he does a very like visceral, like really punishing, like not like always screaming type vocals, but a lot of like very spastic,
Okay.
staccato, harder pushed vocals.
Yeah.
So yeah, more of in the industrial kind of goth. synth punk, whatever you want to call it, realm of. He likes to call it mutant body music. So yeah, it's really that's like where he went with his music. He's put out like two records now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I mean, it sounds like it'd be really cool.
X Air.
All right.
Really fun to see. He plays a lot.
Cool.
He's actually going to be in LA next month.
I will have to look that up and see if I can get out there to that.
Totally.
That'd be rad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was the last one I can remember. I end up going to shows casually too because I know so many bands, and sometimes I'll just like forget I even went to like. Oh yeah, I went to that show. But I do. There's some bigger shows that are coming up that I do want to make, and I need to put them on my calendar actually.
Like what? What's on the list?
One of them, you know, the artist Aura Kogan.
No.
It's very like it's like goth, like Americana post-punk vibe.
Okay.
This like very it's really beautiful music, but still driving and very dark and like almost this psychedelic, just post-punk country. It's a very
Interesting.
interesting blend of music. I'm gonna actually be in so I go to New York on Sunday till the 20th, and she's actually playing on the 18th in New York. I might go to that, but then she's also playing at the chapel here on like the at the end of June.
Okay.
So I might go to that too. So we'll see.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to check that out too.
Yeah, Aura Kogan, really cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, what's up next on your musical horizon? You said earlier that there might be something in the works. Anything you can share?
Um, Not at the moment, but
Okay.
do have plans to finally just get back into making music of my own.
All right.
I have, I recently over during COVID, I like bought a new guitar and bought some like, I've had a MIDI interface for a while, so I can make my own music. I can like write and record.
Yeah.
Because I was doing, my own music for a while with different people,
Hmm.
and it's just been a goal of mine to like put out a record of music that I have written and recorded.
Oh yeah.
If I know, I don't really know what that's going to sound like, but it's something that, listening to music recently and being like, man, this is like type of music that I could, that like works with my vocal range, or it works with like how I like to sing and play guitar, and like,
Yeah.
you know, getting like ideas for what music that I would write could potentially like sound like or feel like.
Hmm.
That's becoming a little more clear. Because I did an audio engineering diploma back in 2014.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was really kind of a random little stint of mine, but I really got into like producing music, and I was like, oh, maybe I wanted to like produce just music, like instrumentals, or like, get into that. So it's unlike with art, visual art is really easy for me to just put out ideas, and especially with tattooing, it's like it's just design. It's just like here's a motif, here's a motif, here's an idea. It's meant to just be these like really quick little ideas, and you just
Hmm.
put them on, right? But with music, it's like the venture of music for me has always been so much more elusive. I don't know what to do. I don't know what style or like what direction or like what songs, or like it's always been a much more, it has eluded my like focus.
Yeah.
That's been the issue, but I want to remedy that. And I want to put out music of my own. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally get it. I mean, the elusivity of the music is hard sometimes. I mean, I think about that too, getting back into writing my own music again, and it's like I like so many different kinds of music that
Mm.
I don't even know where to start sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And that's kind of where I'm at with just like I bought a little practice amp, a little one of those little orange crush like 12s. It's like this
I
big.
have the exact same one sitting right
Yeah.
there.
And I have that thing, and because it's so nice, it has sounds good, and you can like play, and you can get good tone at like low volumes and just kind of riff, and
Yeah.
I have like a cheap effects, multi-effects pedal to just like get ideas of sounds and like vibes.
Hmm.
Because it's more like, I think my approach with music right now is more of getting a vibe, like an atmosphere that I like,
Okay.
more as not so much like the songwriting aspect,
Hmm.
writing music and writing lyrics based around like a specific atmosphere.
I like that.
That's kind of how I've approached it. So, but yeah, I still don't know. We're figuring it out.
Well, we'll all be here waiting with ears open.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
exactly.
Well, Steven, totally unrelated to the music,
Totally.
actually. I did want to ask something else. So we grew up playing a lot of Final Fantasy, Legend of Dragoon, stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
You playing anything these days?
I mean, I still have always kept up with what's going on with video games. I haven't had a lot of time and focus to want to play video games.
Hmm.
During COVID, I did buy a Switch and I was playing, Breath of the Wild and like I was actually playing the ported Final Fantasies.
Nice.
But I've been really interested in trying to like get back into that because I really missed losing like just totally like zoning out into a video game and like really like feeling the atmosphere of like that world. And it's harder for me to tap into that.
Yeah, it's fun.
But it is fun. It's so nice to get lost in those stories, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think the older we get, it does get harder to do that because it's like you
Mm-hmm.
can't really spend 7 hours just playing a video game because it's 7 hours we could have been doing something else that we probably should have been doing.
I agree. It's like knowing how to like, every like bit of time is kind of like you have to decide if you're going to enjoy it or not, And
Yeah.
like I think learning not to be so rigid with your time is really good. And sometimes I just want to like rot and play a fucking video game, but
Yeah.
it hasn't happened in a while. It's funny when I was during COVID, so I never finished undergrad.
Okay.
During COVID, I finally did finished a design degree at SF State.
Rad. Congrats.
Thank you. The last semester was when I think Final Fantasy 16 came out.
Okay.
And I ended up just like while I was working on like maybe no, was it last year? No, it was 2023, I think. But I was just like working on something or drawing, and I just ended up watching the whole walkthrough of it instead of like playing it. Because I was like, I kind of want to play this game, but I don't have a PS5.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy one just to play this game. So I just like watched the whole walk. And it was like honestly like equally entertaining. I was like, this
Yeah.
is cool.
I've never even thought,
That's the beauty of like YouTube, man. It's like if you
yeah.
don't want to play a game but you like it, you can just watch the walkthrough.
I've never even really thought about that. I mean, I've looked at little walkthroughs for games to like, oh, how do I do this real quick? Or how do I do that? I never thought about actually just watching. That's great.
Something about just being like, well, someone else is just playing it. It's equally entertaining because it's like the whole point is like that it's a story.
Yeah.
And obviously there's times where you're like, oh, this is kind of old that you can just like cut to the chase or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because I was just working on drawings or something. I was working on something and I was just casually watching a whole walkthrough as I was like working.
Oh, that's great.
We're just in the era of just YouTubing over watching shows and stuff. I mean, I still watch shows, but
I
video
mean,
games are always going to be a huge influence for me. Always.
yeah. So I watch pretty much almost exclusively YouTube because I've gotten so fed up with all the other streaming services and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, YouTube, it's great. You can learn so much
Yeah.
from that.
100%. And, the ads are fine if you got ad blocker. It's like,
So about a month ago, I signed up for the month free of YouTube Premium because I
yeah,
wanted to try to download something, and of course you have to have an account for it. So the last month, I haven't had any ads on my YouTube,
nice.
and oh my God, has it been just the fucking greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I think that's part of the reason I like listening to and collecting records so much is because
Mm.
there will never be a single advertisement in there ever.
Yeah.
It's just the content. It's just the
Yeah.
art.
No, I definitely heard that if you're gonna subscribe to like anything in the recent years, like the YouTube Premium is like the shit.
Yeah, I mean they've even got lots of just regular movies on there and
But yeah, man. No, I mean, just trying to stay creative, doing things that keep me inspired. Music, books, video games, movies. Like just trying to keep the creativity flowing.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's just why I'm here, tattooing. It's been great.
Perfect, man.
It's a daily hustle. It's a daily grind, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So
I love it. Well, lastly, man, how do we book you for birthday parties, quinceañeras, and tattoos?
Yeah, my email. Well, first like I said, the Instagram, you can actually see what I'm doing.
Yeah,
SESS_world, Sess World. And then yeah, my email is just booking at sess.world.
easy peasy.
That's my whole hustle, man. I've got more coming up this year. I've got more, more print ephemera and some actual merch that I'm gonna do because I really haven't focused on a lot of that, which is fine, but I'm gonna actually get a store up and running this
Hell
year
yeah.
and get a little more going for adjacent to tattoo stuff. So
Sounds good.
due time. Yeah, man.
I love it. Well, everyone, that was Steven Sessler from Elysia. Steven, thank you for sitting down with me and for the first time in far too many years.
So many years. It's incredible, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking that it's been so long.
Yeah. But thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And it's always fun reminiscing and just talking about what we've got going on in the music world. And things are never gonna stop. We're gonna keep putting out music, and things are, each of us are gonna find our own routes and paths and inspirations. And I can't wait to do more in the music realm very soon.
Yeah, yeah. We can't wait for you to do that either, man. I mean, we're all waiting for more music.
Well, the feeling's mutual, so
Yeah, I'll get on it. Well, I can't wait to get my own Cess World tattoo.
anytime, dog. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Stay tuned for more strange and unusual tales from tour. Thanks for listening to the Hesh Files. Catch you on the flip side.